Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Gila Monster Rides. Today we're going to do something different. You're not actually looking at my face because we're going to do a little bit of an unboxing video. Hopefully that's in focus. And then I wanted to show you a couple books I picked up. One was a book I already had that I got a while back, and then one is that I got myself for Christmas. And then this little box arrived from Baxter Cycles on Christmas Eve. Such awesome timing. It was like Santa came to my house. This is for the Royal Enfield Classic 350, so I'm super excited about this because it'll really fit in with the plans I have for the big bore kit. So we're gonna so I literally waited until now to, here, let's paperwork we're gonna set aside, some packing. Do love how well they pack stuff. So here you see we have a Daytona Valona tachometer kit. This comes from Hitchcock's, and if you live here in the United States, they'll tell you verified this is cheaper to get through Baxter's than from Hitchcock's themselves. And let's just go through. Oops, getting this stuff off. Let's get the speedometer itself open. So let's see, how does this go? There we go. Just have to kind of undo the wiring. So you have I see it's got two buttons on the bottom side. Okay. I was kind of wondering how this works. I'm gonna have to look through the instructions, but essentially you have a small tack. I bought the one with the chrome ring because that would match my classic 350. You've got a tachometer that goes from 0 to 9,000 RPM. And I believe this will record your max RPMs, but I'm not really sure. The buttons aren't going to be accessible once this is mounted into the headlight cask. But I don't know. We'll figure that out. And then what else is in the box? So looks like we have an extension, some screws, the instructions, and then the other side. This is actually really cool, and this is why it's cool to get this kit from Hitchcock's. You can see right there, Hitchcock's. I think you can see that. Let's get the box out of the way because they give you a plug and play harness kit for this. So that is super cool. I can't wait to get this into the dash of my classic 350 because two things. I've raised the RPM limit, the rev limiter on the bike to 7,500 RPM. I believe stock is some weird number like 6,850. Not weird. I mean, it's where they set it. It just seems like a very odd number to me. But I've raised it to 7,500. But during the break-in period, I'm gonna want to keep it down to a certain level, and having something visual will help remind me to, keep the revs down during the break-in period. And then I can also honestly see, you know, once it's broke in, with this bike and with the cam, the big bore kit, and all the electronics, I can push it a little bit more And it's just nice to see, you know, how fast your engine's going. So anyway, that was my big Christmas present from Baxter Cycles and Santa. Actually, I bought this, so uh, this wasn't like a thing anybody gave me. I purchased this with my own money, and I am super happy to get this into the Classic 350. Next up, so we're gonna put all this stuff back in the box, and that's gonna go in this week so I can start playing around with it and then seeing, what sort of engine speeds I'm doing at different road speeds. The other couple books I wanted to share with you real quick. I think I'm actually going to do a review of this one soon. This was written by one of the founders of Janus Motorcycles, and I really enjoyed this little book. It fits a lot with some of my personal philosophy. Like, I don't mind big motorcycles, but I've found the joy in riding your lighter weight motorcycles. And I'm sorry if you hear the hawk in the background, but we have a juvenile Harris hawk who's um, pretty pretty boisterous this morning. Anyway, it's called The Rambler's Companion. As you can see, it's the art and practice of enjoying lightweight motorcycling, and it's a very I'm going to keep this so you can read it. Not that you're going to read it, but it's actually just a very simple book. I think I got this off of Amazon rather than Janus directly. I'm not sure if it's on their website, but very cool, um, fast read. The going over into rambling, like specifications of lower uh, capacity bikes, lightweight bikes, and just a real enjoyable read. I'll go maybe do an episode specifically on this, kind of going a little bit of an overview chapter by chapter if that's something you guys are interested in. Comment down below if you think you want to get like a more in-depth review on that book. But it was actually super inexpensive too. The other one I got right before Christmas. I think I can't remember what day this arrived, but I'm super stoked about this one. Actually, I think this came like the day after Christmas or maybe the next day. And it is a book I had on my list for a while. I just decided to get it for myself. I really like this one. It's the post-war models of Royal Enfield, and it goes really into depth um, over a lot of the bikes from Royal Enfield. From the small singles to the mid-size singles and the twins. It's beautifully illustrated, and I think I'm going to learn a lot from this particular book. I also have a couple other books on Royal Enfield that I'm going to show you. Maybe I'll just, like, if you guys are interested, and by guys, I mean everybody. I don't necessarily assign a gender or sex to the term guys. I just mean, everybody that watches the channel. But if you want me to do maybe some more in-depth book reviews, because I think that's a really, like, I'm one of those geeky motorcyclists, bikers that really enjoys learning about the history of different manufacturers. I've got some books on Indian. I've got some books or I have a book on Norton that I picked up pretty recently. And then I've got some general kind of more historical books of different brands of motorcycle. But this one I just thought would be a really cool addition to the library. I'm building up my motorcycle library again. And anyway, there you go. The Royal Enfield, the the post-war models. So comment down below if you want to see a more in-depth review on these particular books. and maybe I'll get that together. I have another historical video coming up very soon. I've got basically all the footage shot. I've got the narration done. I just need to do kind of the final editing on that video, and that should be coming out soon. Thanks so much for all the recent subscribers. Please hit that like button, and I want to give a special shout out to the Fuzzy Biker over at Forgotten Motorcycles. He actually has two channels. One's just the Fuzzy Biker, and then the other one is Forgotten Motorcycles. Thanks for giving the shout out the other day. Really enjoyed watching his video on the Royal Enfield Hunter 500 that Baxter Cycles put together. That was super cool. Take it easy. Hope you get out for a ride. Hope it's warm wherever you're at, and we'll talk to you later.